Hey everybody, how's it going? We have a new update. It is version 11.0. So let's take a look at the new goodies that are available with this update. So first things first, the missions will now save both the last run team and the last winning team. A previous update made it so that it would always give you the last team you ran whether or not you cleared. Of course that wasn't ideal, so now they give you the option to have both. So the first one on the left you can see will be the last team you run. You can swipe that and then it will give you the last winning team you ran, because honestly if you fail the quest maybe you don't want to reuse that team. So that's pretty cool. Number 2, the Morling Kings for each type, the attack, speed, and HP, will now be movable to the material box. That also means it will free up monster box space for you, which is really awesome. However, do keep in mind that it may not be available for everybody right away. They are rolling this out based on rank, so the higher the rank, the faster you will have this ability. And if we switch over to the live stream here, as you can see, for me it says it's still not available yet. So just have to wait a few more days. They did say that it may take up to the 28th, so it shouldn't be too much longer, but yeah, that's pretty nice. Glad to see them moved out of the box. Alright, update number 3. There will be in-game notifications when new Transcensions are available. So before, you either had to keep track of the time or you would just look into your friends list and then you'd see, oh, everybody has a transcended Monster Rose now, or Monster Bright. It's like, oh, okay, I can transcend them. Now you can actually get a notification in-game saying, hey, it's available, go ahead and transcend them. And it is a setting option, and that'll just segue into our next update where they have completely revamped the options UI. So if you want to go in there, go to that question mark which says others, and then under the X Flag store button there's options, and you can see that they've made this much more cleaner and modern, I guess. First area, you can put in your nickname if you want to change it. That's up to you. You've got the sound bars here, so music and the sound effects. Next set are your stamina notifications. If you want to get notifications whether your stamina is full 5 minutes before it's full or 30 minutes before it's full. This last one helps with the image quality. So if you reduce it, it's possible that things can run a little bit faster, or those of you who have not so modern phones, maybe sliding it to the bottom will help you out load things faster. Second tab gives you quest related options. The first one is the arrow, whether it's on top or under the monsters. If you have it on, it will be on top of the monsters. If you have it off, it will be under the monsters, which is the old way. The next set of options here is the timing. The first one, you can show how long you've spent on a quest. It'll keep track of that time. The second one is keeping track of time during colossal and impossible missions. And the last one is the vibration feature. This will let you know when it's your turn when you're playing multiplayer with other people, or when a player has disconnected from the game. Now, the cool thing about this update is that these options will now be available in-game as well. So if you feel like most situations you want to have the arrow on top, but maybe this time you want to actually have it under the monsters, you can go to the options button and then turn it on and off there. You can also fiddle with the vibration feature there. So that is pretty cool. And last tab, might as well go through everything. These are just non-quest related options. The first one is what I was talking about earlier. You can get notifications about the new Transcensions. I would definitely suggest turning that on. I don't see why you wouldn't want to get that. Second one is the magic stone conversion. Remember in a previous update, they now allow you to turn in for the items to use magic stones directly. So turning this on allows you to do that. Number 3, you've got auto lock for your 5-6 star monsters. So if you get them from a gacha, they will automatically be locked for you. I would highly suggest doing that. And this next set here is cutting the animations when you fuse monsters or when you get the able berries for your monsters. Super helpful to save some time. And the last ones are the anime or Monster Strike news notifications, that Oregon on the main screen here. If you turn it off, you'll just be sleeping here and they won't be blinking at you whenever the news is around. Because, of course, you guys watch the news on time, right? Alright, so that is the options UI revamp. Pretty cool. Okay, number 5, we have some new sorting options available, which is always fun. Let's go to our box here. If you look here on the filter side, we have a new option here that lets you show which monsters you have set up ascension material notifications for. So right now I have it on for Fermer and Armageddon. I think I'm short on what is it, Lubu? No, yeah, I think it is Lubu. So easier way to see which characters you've actually set up for this. Before you had to look in the evolved form and then just look for that icon. It's a little bit more easier now, which is great. On top of that, we've got a new sorting, another filter here, and that is for the ability regen. As you may have noticed, almost all of the new angels in the element hatchers have regen on it, so made it more useful to have as an option. I guess I have Shizuka and Lerlio, yeah, as characters that have it, so that's nice. New sorting options is always good. Let's see what's next. Dun dun. Luck exchange screen. Okay, so this is actually might be helpful for those of you who are finishing up the Star Wars collab. A video of my results of that should be coming up tomorrow. But let's see. So before, you just had to make sure you remembered what the threshold was for these lucks. So let's say I wanted, I'm running low on these more lives. Down here on the bottom it says in red how much more you need to qualify to get one of those. So like 48. Now it says okay, I need 22 more, so I can search who has 22. Okay, Hanuman, or what's this guy, Kanops. And so that's great, but let's see, I want to do another set, so we do another one, and then okay, you have 35 more to reach the next threshold to get them. And so here, all right, great. So that's pretty cool. Makes it a little bit easier. Of course, quality of life updates are always welcome, so that is awesome. Next up, we've got library quest updates, and this is actually a big one. We haven't gotten the impossible updates in a while, I feel like, so having these 3 jump in at once is pretty awesome. Oop, I've already spoiled the next updates, but let's see. So Marichi is now available. Let's see if we can find him. Marichi, aka Marichi 10. There we go. Here he is. So that's cool. You've also got Daikoku and Akala to wrap up that series of impossibles. And also pretty cool is we have the X series available. So as you can see there on the very bottom, because there's all these different possible monsters available from that, but we haven't seen those quests in a while, so it's great to see those come back as part of the library, so we don't have to worry about it as a limited time event. And always in conjunction with more library quests, a certain set of monsters have now gotten the ability to be buried with the Ableberry badge, like Maximum, Turkey, Neon, Asagu, Zoo. So if you get 2 max lux, fuse them together, they'll get a berry. I'll never do that. That's too much work for me. All right, update 8. Libraries the library quests are now sortable by highest luck in your box. So if we sort it by this, we can now see that, okay, I have max luck Zoo and Jiraiya. But it's like, okay, I have 28 of this Muramasa. I have 14 of Tsukuyomi, and then this can help you like, oh, okay, maybe I was like 90 something away for a certain character. Here's an easier way to be like, okay, this is what I'll focus on for this set of library quests. Very nice. I like it a lot. It also shows how much I don't max luck monsters, right? Alright, what's next? We've got... so Magma has hit 1 year of existence, so that means it gets a helper item added, and this time it's an item that makes the quest fairly trivial. You'll have a permanent guide on, so it'll help you get those pinches, bouncing off those eyeglasses perfectly to get those pinches afterwards. So if you have the 12,000 not magic stones, what are these, medals, or that's 4 magic stones worth, there you go. You can use that to help you clear Magma. Also, another good quality of life update, as you may have known, when you knock out, paralyze, or sleep an enemy, their skulls will not activate. It'll be much more obvious now that they won't activate, because when they are in that state, there will be a big red X over those skulls, indicating that they won't activate if you take them down. So I guess it's nice of them to actually make that a little bit more obvious. Yeah. Alright, next update. Monpass users, rejoice. You can now stock 2 different quests at once. You cannot stock the same quest twice, though. They have to be different. So for those of you who are spending money for that, Monpass, that's actually not a bad perk to have. Also, in conjunction with this update, before you had to be level 50 before you could stock a quest. Now it should be available for all users immediately. Alright, last but not least, we've got a big update, and that is in terms of line connectivity. You can connect line directly to Monster Strike, and it will help you I don't know, make the process a little bit easier. There's also some perks along with it. So, well, I guess I've already connected it, so let me disconnect it real quick. So yeah, you can connect it, disconnect it as you please, but when you come to the screen, again, it is the 2 options under the X flag store button. It actually says line on it, so great. All you have to do is click this button and it will connect your line account to, and actually there will be some permissions that you need to set if it's the very first time. Yeah, right. Yeah, there was some permissions you had to accept. So make sure you read those, read them carefully. There is a FAQ page available on the Monster Strike site. Unfortunately, it's in Japanese, so I'm gonna have to make sure you're aware of that. But once you do that, you are set. And one perk with connecting with line is that you can set up these stamps to replace the good job action. So, you know, when you double tap in game when you're playing multiplayer, instead this awesome sticker will show up. So let's go with, I like Alice, so let's go with Alice there. Actually, no, Lucifer looks really awesome. So now when you play a quest, double tap, that will show up now. And let's see. I don't want to show off what was in my friends list, so I have a slideshow with this. So now when you start up a quest and you're sending it to line as you would have before, normally it would have opened up line, you send the link, and then they would join through it that way. Now you can actually do it through Monster Strike itself. It will send a post to the chat, and then you can do it to a particular person and you can pick up to 10 people to send it to, or you can actually send it to groups. And so all the groups you're in, it'll just send that into the chat as well. So note the two buttons there. So right, the top left one here will do it to individual people, and the one on the right will send it to groups. And if you wanted to do it the old way, like say you want to set up a link towards the game with message boards or to Discord, you can still use the green button on the top right to open up Line and do it directly there as you would have before. And what are some of the perks of connecting Line? Well, as you saw earlier, you've got the stamp changing, but you also get more affinity with friends that have inline connections. So if you know people, you know they have Line, they're your friends, gives you more incentive to play with them to get more affinity. Kind of like how things were back in the day when you had local co-op affinity bonuses. I think, yeah, you got more with that, right? Anyways, definitely not going to be as good, but it's reminiscent of that. Now, one last thing before we call it a day. This is a pretty long update video. There is a mission available with connecting to Line. I've already completed that, I think, so that's not going to be here, right? Yeah, I'm not going to look for that anymore. But connecting a Line should give you something, but you also have this campaign here where if you invite up to 10 friends, you can get 10 orbs in total. So the first, basically 1 orb for each person you invite, but you only get the rewards by doing 5 at a time. So once you get the first 5, this mission will complete, and then a new mission will show up asking you to do it for another set of 5. So that's 10 orbs just by spamming Line invites to your friends. Hopefully they won't hate you for it. But yeah, that is it for the version 11.0 update. In terms of big features, there's not that many updates, I feel like, but decent amount of quality of life updates. And you know, if you really didn't like having to open up Line each and every time, maybe this is actually a good thing for you too. So thank you for watching. That is it for me today. It was a pretty long video, so if you're still watching this till the end, thank you for sticking around, and until next time, bye bye.